Hello.
Hello. Hello.
The West, home to the fast-paced fast food lifestyle of overly processed, capitalistic-based, long shelf life, highly preservative culinary delights. Our foods have been engineered for many years now with the primary intent to appeal to your evolutionary needs of attaining pre-industrial scarce fats and sugars, rather than focusing on and optimizing the healthy nutrients that people really need to attain good longevity. 5 cultures, separated by thousands of miles, all have one thing in common: the most abundant per capita centenarians in the world, or people who've lived to 100 years or older. These enclaves in their respective countries have become known as the Blue Zones. The designation of the term Blue Zones came from Dan Buettner, author of The Blue Zones Kitchen, and his colleagues as they sought these regions out and circled them on their maps with blue ink. Hello, my name is Michael Lemon. Having been an exercise enthusiast and health-conscious individual for most of my life, I regularly try to implement new eating habits that maximize nutrients and negate empty calories. In doing so, I bought the book, The Blue Zone Kitchen, with the intent a few years back to add some additional healthy eating habits to my life. Let's explore the 5 blue zones and what not only gives way to some of the oldest populations, but what makes them some of the healthiest and happiest centenarians in the world. First, we'll visit Sardinia, Italy, home to the world's longest living men. Sardinia is a culturally isolated island community who have maintained traditional healthy lifestyles for many generations. Their diets consist of whole grains derived from barley, and they mostly consume goat's milk rather than cow's milk. They eat a lot of lentil soup such as minestrone, and they make their own pizza from vegetables that they garden themselves. Many of the Sardinians are shepherds and walk more than 5 miles a day, which aids greatly in good cardiovascular health. Elderly grandparents are valued very highly in Sardinia. Moving on to Okinawa, Japan, a society of centenarians in Japan's southern region, once referred to as Land of the Immortals. They harbor the world's longest living women. You can see tubers such as sweet potatoes dominate their food scales, and sugars are nowhere to be found. They stay active gardening and attribute the fact that they sit on mats for dinner and helping to maintain flexibility into their older years. Traditional social groups called moai in Okinawan help the Okinawans with their emotional and financial support in the form of neighbors and friends. Moving on to Nicoya, Costa Rica, a Central American Caribbean nation long known for its excellent health care of its elderly. They have a wide variety of foods and consume the highest added sugars of all the blue zones. Their foods are high in grains such as corn. The Nicoyans worked hard all their lives outdoor in the sunshine and continue physical chores into their late adulthood. The elderly centenarian Nicoyas mostly live with their families who honor and support their sense of purpose. They laugh together with neighbors and friends frequently. Moving on to Ikaria, Greece, a small island community originally forced inland by the constant waves of attack against the ancient Greeks, who are still thriving, isolated on their own historical practices. Their diets include a variety of foods, mostly harvested from seasonal gardens found in the Mediterranean. The Icarians also know the importance of good midday naps to help lower stress hormones and increase vitality. Icarians also make friends and family a priority, proven to foster overall health and happiness. Moving to the USA in Loma Linda, California, just east of Los Angeles, California, is a community formed in the 1840s called the Seventh-day Adventist Church Group, whose respect for community is still present in modern-day times. They have a wide variety of foods they enjoy. They don't omit sugars, but they keep it low at 1% of their daily intake. Their snacks include heart-healthy preventing nuts and granola. Their diets consist mostly of high plant-based vegetables such as tomatoes, which are heart healthy and lower some cancer risks, and they maintain a very low meat diet. Adventists get out together regularly for walks and moderate hikes as they understand that even a small amount of daily exercise is needed to mitigate cancers and heart diseases. So as you can see, after reviewing the different eating habits, there's no one common food that's being incorporated here, rather than the omission of certain anti-nutrients such as processed fats and sugars. There's also a commonality of active social lifestyles amongst all the blue zones that give way to health and happiness and longevity into their older years. So you may be thinking, this is great, but I'll never live in any of these remote locations and be a part of these communities, which is most likely to be true. However, you can bring the culinary disciplines from each of these 5 locations right into your own home by purchasing the Blue Zone Kitchen. Each of the chapters are indexed and focus on a specific blue zone and the foods they enjoy for dinner, breakfasts, desserts, and snacks. As the author Dan Buettner says, there are 100 different recipes that can help you live to 100 years old. Thank you and good luck with your healthy habits.